welcome to Faithful Grace Studio. I'm Mindy. I'm the creator here at Faithful Grace, and I would like to share with you the most recent journal that I put together, which is our Falling for Fall Mega Junk Journal. I did a little different with this journal. Instead of inking the edges with just traditional frayed burlap or vintage photos or any one of the brown grungy looking ones. I did use a little bit of this frayed burlap, but I also used some colors, not to get bright colors around the edges, but just so any white area where maybe I didn't trim things out or cut things out great. I've told you before, I'm not the best cutter in the world, but that just allowed me to camouflage those stark white areas in the colors that were coordinating with this kit. So that was a little different process than I've done in the past, but I wanted to share that with you. I did have a couple of pieces of the ephemera left, two of the strips, one oval, one of the tags, actually two ovals, and then this is a piece of something that I cut off, but I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to keep that just in case I need it. But let me show you what we ended up with here. So as I said, this is Falling for Fall, the Mega Journal, Mega Junk Journal kit. I named it Falling for Fall because I am not a huge fall person. I'm not a pumpkin spice, orangey, browns, big bulky sweater kind of person. That's just not who I am. I'm a summer girl through and through. Even the older I get, the harder it is for me to take the heat. I still prefer summer, spring and summer over the cooler months. But that said, as I was pulling together kind of a non-traditional color palette to do a fall journal, I started falling more in love with this color scheme and the concept of fall and some of the things that I included in here. So this is Falling for Fall. I did combine this, or I made this journal with two signatures, as you can see, with the fabric binding. There is a piece of book tape behind the fabric just to stiffen it up a little bit. And then I had this little dangle in my stash that I stuck on the binding. This is a piece of, I had several pieces, you may have seen in previous videos, several pieces of this it's upholstery material. It was several different shades of the same pattern. And at first I wasn't crazy about the black in this one, but the other colors coordinated very well. And after I got it on there, I was like, you know what, I kind of like it. There's not that much black, but I like it. I thought it turned out nice. Did the enclosure with an elastic cord. This is a piece of the ephemera that I covered up the knot from the cord with, so the knot is in there, but it's glued down nice and secure, and there's enough play in it to let this get even bigger and it will still hold. So let's walk through. Also with this journal, I included 4 pieces of this packing paper. You guys have seen me do this before. I love the feel of this packing paper. It's very thin, and in some of the journals that I've made for myself with this packing paper, I don't use it for a lot. Sometimes it's just to protect the pages, but I do write on it some, and I do doodle on it some. I just like the feel of it and the sound of it. All right, got a page tab here. I did a layered pocket here, sticker that I stuck here. This is 2 of the tags stuck together. There is a pocket here in the tag. Didn't have anything in it right now, but there is a pocket there, and then I had that little key in my stash, so I stuck that in there. This is one of the tags from the pocket tag kit. With that kit, you can make 7 different pocket tags. I just fastened this little closure because I wanted it to stay shut. But you can open it up and you've got 2 little side pieces right here. Actually, you got this little tag right here, and it's just a cute little thing that you can stick in one of the pockets in one of your journals. One of the things that I did with this one and the next one that I'm going to show you is I didn't worry too much about things staying with the kit that it went with. And I'll show you, I'll explain that more. I'll explain it better in a minute. I also used 2 pieces, one in each signature of the brown paper bag paper that I had cut out. As you can see, it's wrinkled and it's creased where it used to be a bag. I like that look, and I like the feel of the brown paper in here. This is just a gorgeous design that came in the kit. Here's another piece of the packing paper. Another gorgeous design. Another gorgeous design. Another piece of the paper bag. Let me move that. And then we also have, this was in my stash. This is a hidden paper clip. Just had it in my stash already and decided that the colors blended nicely, and who doesn't love a good butterfly? So I stuck it in here. This is a page tab, another piece of the brown paper. Actually, I think I put 2 pieces of the brown, 2 pieces of the packing paper. No, actually, 2 pieces of packing paper and 2 pieces of brown paper in each signature is what I included. Here's our first fold out. Here is a little pocket. Doesn't have anything in it right now, but you can put something in there. Here's our fold out. One of our loaded tags is sitting here, and I will show you that in a minute. But this fold out was made with a pocket at the top, and this is one of our journal cards. Actually, 2 of our journal cards that we glued together, and so it has a pocket in it. We just glued it on 3 sides, and it has a little pocket in it. It's empty right now, but it's residing in that little pocket, fold out pocket. So the loaded tag kit, here's what I mean when I say I didn't really worry about pieces staying with the original pieces. So this is the loaded tag kit. You get enough pieces to make 2 of these large loaded tags in the loaded tag kit. You can get that kit separately, but it does come as part of the Mega Junk Journal Kit. The pocket tag pack that I mentioned a few minutes ago, that I showed the little tag from, that you get enough pieces in that pack to make 7 pocket tags. And usually when I'm prepping and cutting everything out, I will keep things separate. The pocket tags stay in one pile, the loaded tag pieces stay in another pile, the ephemera stays in another pile. I didn't necessarily do that this time. I kind of let things just evolve how they wanted. So I'm not sure that all of this came with the loaded tag kit. Matter of fact, I know that this is part of the pocket tag pack that I decided I wanted to use here. On these loaded tags, you get 2 of the big pieces like this that you fold in 2, and then you get a couple of these big pockets, and then you get another smaller pocket, and then a couple of little pockets. You can glue them together completely so that there's not a pocket here. So you just glue all 4 sides together. I always leave one side open because I like a pocket. That's just another pocket. Here's all the pieces, a bunch of pieces of the Fussy Cuts. It's a little pair of boots, little fall vibes, all kinds of little pieces of ephemera and fussy cuts. And then, as I said, this was from the pocket tag pack, and I just folded a little piece of the ephemera and glued it on the side to serve as a little tab right there. And then on the back there's more pieces. This is one of the envelopes that comes with the tags, envelopes, and journal card kit or pack. There's nothing in it right now, but you can put something in it. So just stuffed it full of stuff, and this one resides in our first fold out. And then we have the other half of one of the pieces of packing paper. The other half of a piece of the brown paper bag. There's another piece of the packing paper. And then that's the end of the first signature. So here is our signatures, where our signatures are attached together. So here's our one of our pocket tags. This one is, you got the big back, the two half circles there, and then a bigger half circle. So you've got a pocket here, you got a pocket here, and you have a pocket here. So the little pocket tag, and it's just slid into that little tuck spot. Here's our second fold out. As you can see, our second loaded tag is residing here. This fold out also has a little pocket. I put this one here, I glued the top and the bottom down, so now the pocket is open here. This has one of our journal cards in it, or actually two of our journal cards that were glued together, made a pocket. And then this is a piece. This is a piece from the pocket tags as well, I believe. Piece of the extra. That pack comes with a couple of extra pieces just for fun, and I think that's one of them. So I just stuck it down in that pocket, and then this is stuck down in that pocket. Something inside of a pocket, inside of a pocket, inside of a pocket. That always intrigues me. We've got one of the ephemera pieces here in this pocket. Some of the fussy cuts, some more of the fussy cuts and pieces of ephemera there. Here we have a double pocket as well, another layered pocket. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I really do kind of like the concept of layering the pockets. This is one of the envelopes that comes with the envelope, excuse me, it comes with the envelope tag and journal card pack. And then this is also a pocket, and this is just some of the pieces of ephemera. You've probably seen me do this a couple of times. I like stacking these pieces of ephemera. This one's got 5 pieces on it. I put a little banner on this one, and then it's just put together with one of those. You could take it apart and do whatever you wanted to with it, but I like that it kind of moves around, and you can kind of play around with it like that. And you could write on the back of it if you wanted to. Those are just kind of stuck down in there. Another piece of the packing paper, another page tab here, another piece of the brown paper bag, put a couple of pieces of ephemera there. And when we say falling for fall, I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge pumpkin kind of person. I don't like it. I don't like to eat it. I don't like to smell it. I don't particularly like to have them sitting around unless there's some non-traditional color. It's just not my deal. But I do like it when it's paired with non-traditional fall colors, when they're kind of bright and cheery and not drab and brown or dark orange. So I do like these colors, and I am falling for this kind of color scheme in the fall. Here's another one of our journal cards, 2 of them glued together, and then a piece of our ephemera put in. I did have to trim this one. This one was a little bit longer, but I did trim it so it would fit in this pocket because that's where I wanted it to go. And then this pocket slides right in that little tuck spot. Another piece of the packing paper, another piece of the brown paper bag. This is a piece of the ephemera. I just glued it down in 3 sides and made another little tuck spot. 2 more of our journal cards glued together with a piece of our ephemera stuck down in it. And then it just slides right in that tuck spot. We have a piece of ephemera, This is actually a little tuck spot. There's nothing in it right now, but you could put something in it. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to stick that in there. That piece that we had left over. This is the centerfold of the second signature. I love these. This says fall to me, but another piece of the paper. Here's another tuck spot. This is a tuck spot that comes with the ephemera kit, and then this is another one of the pocket tags. Got a pocket here. This is a piece that I put a little page tab on and slid down in there, and then there's a pocket back here and a pocket right there. That's one of my favorite layouts, favorite designs. I actually like this design. It is orange and it does have bales of hay, but it's a little bit more contemporary than non-traditional, I guess you would say. So I really do kind of like that one. Got some rain boots, another piece of the packing paper, and then we are at our back cover, and there's our binding. So I do like this. It turned out much prettier than I expected it to. I enjoyed making it. Fall is kind of a time where I have to work really hard to stay positive, because I am such a spring and summer girl. When we start going into the fall, I start thinking, oh, 6 months of yuck before we get back to spring. And so I have to remind myself of all the things to be grateful for and to be happy about in the fall. And this journal, this actually I think is going to stay with me, and I'm going to journal about that concept in this journal, maybe, unless somebody else claims it. But I think it's something some of us have to work harder on when fall's approaching. So I hope you enjoyed watching the flip through, and I hope you enjoy making your own.